Hello, and I am in the Edinburgh in a random battle. I am completely done with ranked. I've got to rank 10, got the flag, and I can't be bothered to go down to rank 1. Especially seeing as there's not really any reward. I probably would try if there was a better reward, but there isn't, so can't be bothered. Anyway, this is a interesting battle. I'd like to show you this battle, not because it's the highest damage or the most kills or the most awards or anything like that. I'd like to show you this battle because it's a very good example of how to play the Edinburgh well. It's all about planning. So right from the very start, I had a whole plan, and I'm not just saying this because I'm replaying it. I know what happened, and I'm just pretending I had a plan. I had a plan. I had the same plan I used in the last match, and I played alright. I came, I think I came third, but I essentially won the game because it was a standard battle, and I managed to cap the cap at the end, which basically won the game for us. However, my plan here is, you see these string of islands down on the western side. There's 3 islands. They're very good for British cruisers to hop along and target the boats that come around the top of the north of that western island. Now, I was going slow to start with because I need the backup. And it seems as if my team has split into their rightful sides. The guys on the east went east, the guys on the west went west, which is very good. I hate it when boats decided to cross over and swap over because they don't want to go too far forwards. So yes, we're not lemming training, which is good, and we split into our sides. We've got 3 battleships and 2 cruisers, and they've got 2 battleship and 2 DDs and 2 cruisers. So we don't have any DD support or any DD spotting, which can usually put us at a disadvantage. Anyway, so I'm going to hop past the first island, and I'm going to hop over towards the second island. And hopefully we can see one of the boats. There is some sort of DD possibly capping in the area. There's a Miyoko coming out, giving me a nice broadside. I'll definitely be taking full advantage of that. Actually, that said, it is not a DD. I think it's a Megami, actually, because the 2 DDs are over at D on the enemy team. So it's Megami, which is sneaked into the cap, and there it is, just appeared there. Now, I'm going to be throwing my AP at this Miyoko. I've moved back into a safe position. Well, sorry, didn't move back. I popped a smoke. Relatively selfish smoke here, but I did not want to be targeted. I did not want to be losing too much damage early on, especially with the Scharnhorst moving around. I am relatively broadside. Both of these cruisers have 203mm shells, and they could really take some damage on me if they decide to focus on me, plus the Scharnhorst moving around as well. So I pop my smoke, and I take as many shots as I can take before he starts moving off and doesn't become viable to shoot at anymore. So my plan here was firstly to jump across the first 3 islands and move towards A. The next part of my plan was, once the area becomes safe, if the area becomes safe, is to move closely towards the main island and move carefully around to the 3 islands on the north side of the western island. This way I can always have cover, I can always be safe, I will never be out in the open, because in a British cruiser you don't want to be out in the open. Right, so I'm sitting here in smoke, just waiting for some opportunity, and it seems like they're not coming out. My guys are moving up forwards. If I do move out forwards, especially using this 3rd island as cover, I know I won't be the centre of attention. So I'm moving out to get to this last island just before A. And we're seeing what we can do. Aha, there's a Fiji. That's useful knowledge. Right, so we should be seeing a Scharnhorst possibly moving out here. And yep, our BBs are moving in nice and aggressively. That's exactly what we want to see. BBs tanking damage, taking away the main fire from our more lightly armoured boats. We still have that Megami escaping. I would like my my ally BBs to start targeting the Megami, but I'm sure he'll deal with it himself. Right, Scharnhorst coming out This is nice and perfect, and you can do a lot of damage. There's 3,000 damage right there. He is pretty broadside, which is nice and convenient for me. However, it looks like he's going to be avoiding me pretty soon. He's moving to the north, and I'm reversing, so I don't want to be spotted here. I don't want to be spotted. I don't want the enemy to know where I am. And he's moving out, and I'll try and take as much damage on him as possible, even relatively angled, so that's about 30 degrees. Still did quite a bit of damage. We also have a New Mexico coming out here. He's giving me a nice broadside. Let's see what we can do to this guy. He is moving out again, so not really the best opportunity. The Scharnhorst is still alive, and yes, we are now down 4 boats, and they are down 1 boat. We all got 290 points, they got 600 points. Okay, we crawled back a little bit there, but we were 300 points down, which is a pretty big deficit. Now we're only at 250 down, more or less. So this Scharnhorst should be dying pretty quickly. I'm going to let my allies kill it, because it's no use to me. I don't want to kill steal, can't bother to do that sort of thing. And I'm going to start moving up towards this island, and I'm going to start moving around the corner to see if I can find this Fiji, see if I can take out this Mogami, and see what this New Mexico is going to be doing. So my plan is coming together nicely. I am effectively fighting alone here. There's 2 battleships right out to the far west. The Shores have deserted us and decided to go back to find something else. I'm not entirely sure why, but that makes me happy, And I'm going to be looking at this Mogami. Now, he's giving me a big fat broadside. There's only him that can shoot me at the moment, so I'll take that opportunity. Hopefully I can get a couple of citadels, although it doesn't seem to be the case. 1 penetration, 1,000 damage. And he's moving in towards me. There was one guy who focused on me. Now, I don't think it's the Mogami, seeing as he's shooting at other boats. It could be the New Mexico, or it could be the Fiji. Either way, I know I'm safe. Luckily, my guys took out the enemy Mogami, and I am now down left to just the Warspite, which is miles away, and myself. Pop my smoke, seeing as I see this New Mexico come around the corner. He's giving me a nice, perfect broadside. I should be able to get a lot of damage into him quite nicely. One thing I should have thought about maybe here would be firing or some torpedoes would have been a good idea, but I was concentrating on getting some broadsides into this guy, seeing as I am doing quite a lot of damage. I racked up my damage from 28,000 to 44,000 in just a few salvos. It shows you how effective AP is against battleships. AP is now my ammo of choice for nearly every boat. Of course, not in destroyers, unless you're in Russian destroyers. Yeah, anyway, back to the game. He's angling away from me quite a lot, which is not necessarily the best. I would have liked to have given a bit more of an opportunity to take some damage down from him, but he knew that I was really taking him down. He'd rather give the broadside to the Warspite than give me a broadside. The Warspite has beached himself, he's pulled a Notzer, and he is dying quite quickly. He is on about a quarter health. So, where are we at now? We are down 5 boats. They are down 4 boats. We are still 150 or 150 points more or less behind. We do have the cap advantage now. I've managed to take the cap, which is significant. Now, this Warspite doesn't look like he's going to survive. It's going to be me versus a New Mexico and a full health Fiji. Now, this is why I like this game so much. I had to play a very clever strategy in order to defeat this Fiji. This Fiji is a good player, and it shows. I would probably say he's slightly better than me, but I just had the advantage throughout this this little battle we have. So I'm going to be wanting to move out away from this island and start moving north, as per my plan from the very beginning. Get this last salvo onto the New Mexico. Hopefully I'll make a few hits. There we go. Got 1 hit, not too bad, and that salvo misses. Now, I'm going to be wanting to do a 3-point turn. So I can put myself, go forwards, and see if I can find this Fiji, and this New Mexico is clearly retreating. And now we have really taken a hit. We've only got 5 boats left, and they have got, how many? Is that 8 boats? So we are really up against it now. And our Warspite is pretty much dead. And the Warspite is running away as fast as it can. I don't blame him. Right, so now we are moving up north, and we're going to see what we can do with this Fiji. That is my primary target. But you have the Mexico here. If I fire my shells, he will be able to target me, and there's not much point doing it, seeing as he is quite angled. Hold fire and see what we can do. I want to get myself in between an island in order for the New Mexico to not be able to hit me. Detected. What does that mean? It means one thing. There's the Fiji. He's given me a pretty nice broadside. I turn my boat towards the port, and just to try and get my guns over so I can get my shells off quicker, but it does give him a bit more broadside than I'd like to give. But I move right back, and I think I've moved a bit too far. However, I do get a nice salvo and take 5,000 damage off him, just with both front guns. He's got a full broadside, and there we go, another salvo, another 5k, taking him down nicely. Now, I do decide to stop, and I'm going to start speeding up, and there we go, there are his torpedoes. So obviously he's a good player, he second guessed exactly where I was going to go, so not bad on his part. He's running away, he's doing the right thing, he's kiting away, he's trying to limit the amount of damage that is going to be done to him. My shells don't have the best dispersion. I've only got 6 shells going towards him, and what I decide to do is I decide to pop my smoke, disengage, and I want to regroup, and I want to prevent the New Mexico from shooting at me. While unspotted, he can shoot over those islands too. The one issue I have here is I am the only guy up here. The Warspite has run off, which puts me in a difficult position, seeing as I am now here doing spotting, as well as trying to take these guys down. And if I can spot them, they can spot me. This is not where you want to be in a British cruiser. You want to be with your allies, you want to be behind an island, and you want someone spotting for you, be it a battleship or a DD. So, I'm thinking, what do I do here now? I've regrouped, I've healed up my health, I'm back up to 28,000, so that's pretty good. I know that the Fiji is probably going to be coming back down towards me somewhere. He doesn't want to run up to the north. That's just ridiculous. Look at those torpedoes. Stop, and there we go. Get away from the torpedoes. And so I'm going to move myself a bit further north, and I'm spotted, and he spots me. But I know where he is now. He's moving back down towards island. Now maybe a good opportunity would be to send out these torpedoes. I do decide to pop my hydro. I want to know where he is before I know where he is. This is the only advantage I have at the moment, and he probably won't be suspecting it. So I'm going to move myself so I can get my guns around the front of this island, and there he is. There he is. And shoot. Didn't give quite enough lead, and I didn't get as much damage as I would like. And torpedoes, exactly as expected. He's a good Fiji driver. He's sending those torpedoes towards me, and I'm going to be wanting to get round the back of this island, but I don't want to give too much broadside. Now if you look in the top screen in the mini-map, the New Mexico just appears himself, and I'm thinking, oh no, I've got to get behind this island. He sends 6 shells off. I hope those guys miss. He takes 4,000 damage out of me, and luckily I don't get hit, because that could have been essentially game over if he got a citadel on me. Right, so I decided to heal myself back up again while I'm behind this island, and I'm going to move my guns turrets back behind me and start kiting away from him so I can have the advantage. He's doing exactly the same, so it's a battle of attrition here. Managed to take 2,300 damage off him, and I'm going to be trying moving around as much as I can. He's got pretty good aim. I'll probably say better aim than I have. He got his third set of torpedoes off towards me, and I haven't fired a single set towards him yet. I am managing to do more damage than him overall. I only have 5,000 more hit points than him to begin with. One thing I could have done here is if I had chased him in and not used my hydro, he would have smoked up, and I would be able to hydro him, and I would have had the opportunity to really take some damage off him before he would be able to hydro back on me. Didn't take that opportunity. That's probably what I could have done instead. However, this is a pretty difficult opportunity to bring back from. Now, he's hidden in smoke, and there's a battleship, which luckily the New Mexico is running away, which is a very, very useful thing for me on our side. However, we are in a pretty difficult situation. We are down to 3 boats, and they have 5 boats. There's 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. We are 300, give or take, points down, and they have the advantage in caps. We've only got 1 cap giving us points. They've got 2 caps giving them points. The Bayern is trying to cap desperately, and I am up against it on my own little battle against this Fiji. The New Mexico is still in play, but he is running away, which is very useful. He could have run in and taken me out. But that wasn't the case. Now my plan here, get behind these islands and start running in nose first. I'm going to use my HP advantage, and I'm going to start attacking him. Yep, there you go. 930 points versus 600 points. How is this possible to win? Luckily, the Bayern decided to leave the cap, and even more luckily, the Fiji is giving us a broadside, but he's quickly turning in. By the time I see him and get my shells off, he's already exactly facing towards me. He's coming head to head with me too. Now, what is the best plan of attack here? I do have a smoke. One thing I could do is I could stop and pop my hydro, but then he'll pop his hydro. That doesn't give him the opportunity. I have the health advantage. He's got 7,000 health. I've got 15,000 health. However, he's kiting nicely. He's getting a lot of good hits at me, and I'm not doing that well. He does take out my 2 front turrets, which is incredibly frustrating. Now I should be able to start attacking him from here. And here we go, he's going for the ram. I'm thinking, oh no, so I'm going to turn in towards him, and that will help my boat drift out. He gets a nice salvo off towards me. He gets his torpedoes off, but they don't trigger in time, and I'm going to try and get my guns off. I'm down to 2,000 health. He got some citadels on me there, and I take him out. That was an intense battle, and the New Mexico just about misses. That could have killed me. I pop my damage repair, and I survive this little battle, and I'm going to pop smoke to disengage with the Mexico. Now we're back down to 3-all. We have brought it back from 300 points. Now that was an intense little battle there against the Fiji. I gave him a nice good old compliment because that was a pretty difficult battle to try and win against. Now we're only 60 points behind, and I'm just about to take this cap. We were behind in more or less the entire game, and we managed to bring it back, which is, I would say, pretty impressive. I'm going to be able to cap the second cap, which is good. It gives us the complete advantage, and hopefully none of our team dies. But this is a really good example of how you can plan out your entire match using the islands and the terrain and moving forwards. And there we go, gave him a nice compliment. It's always good to compliment guys and make people feel much better about the game. And he's a bit upset that Coco, the New Mexico, decided to run away, which I'm very glad about. I guess in theory the Edinburgh is a better boat than the Fiji, even though it has same guns and same torpedoes, and it's a larger boat, but Edinburgh has a slightly better boat. Has slightly better concealment because it has advantage access to the module for concealment, which is very useful. Right, 900 points versus 919 points in their team. Looks like we're going to take this as long as we don't lose any team, but any of our team. The Gneisenau and the Bayern are moving in together. They've got our cap. We need this one here in order to get it. And yes, the Gneisenau takes out the Bayern. We are now 100 points ahead of him, of the enemy team. Very good match. 107,000 damage. And we have taken full advantage of this game. 8 seconds left. Only in the nick of time did we pull that back and take this win. Very happy with this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I'm going to get on to the results. Okay, and on to the results. Did pretty well. 344,000 credits, 7,933 XP. That is on premium. 1,500 free XP. It's quite a lot actually. 107,000 damage. Loads of hits. Only one boat sunk, 2 captures. Now let's move on to the team results. 2,100 base XP. I'm happy with that. That's really good. Did pretty well there. Looks like our team pulled their weight quite evenly. We all got kills at the top half, and we all got half the team got about 1,500 XP. So really good team. They did their job. And on the enemy team, that Fiji came second. He didn't really have much opportunity to shoot at. He defended well. He played well. I bet you he has a pretty decent win rate. Probably better than mine, to be honest. And looking at the detailed results, a lot of our damage. 42,000 was in the Fiji, another 41,000 was in New Mexico. Did tank quite a bit of damage. 49,000. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. I was trying to say it for a long time, but I couldn't hold it any longer. Anyway, yeah, so capture points. I did all the capturing on the entire team. However, our allies did a lot of defending. 344 defense points. I haven't seen it that high before. That's pretty impressive. Potential damage only 1 million. As I was using a lot of terrain, I wasn't really taking damage. And lastly, we are going to be moving on to the credits. There we go, 267,000 credits profit. Commander XP 10, nearly 10k, which is brilliant. Anyway, that was a really good match. A very good strategical battle at the end. Good pullback. And yeah, really enjoyed winning that match. And it shows you, if you do have a strategy, if you do know how to work the maps, you do know how to work a ship with the maps, you can play pretty well in more or less any games, and that's why people have high win rates. Anyway, great video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, please comment and tell me what you think, and I'll catch you guys later.